going to do the Pledge of Allegiance, and remember that this is recorded for purposes, it's going on YouTube. All right, let's do the Pledge of Allegiance. Here's this one.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Hello. All right, does everybody know, everybody here are really consistent? Okay, we're going to approve the agenda first. I did move it, adjusted it a little bit because Tracy had to leave early, but we're just gonna leave it as it is in case she doesn't. So, okay, motion to approve the agenda, please. You're motioning?
I move.
Okay, is there a second? Okay, agenda stands approved, so no changes or deletions may be made. Okay, approval of the minutes from November 12th, 2015, PTA meeting. Amy.
Sorry. I have most of the minutes. Was it November? November 12th,
Question?
2015 PTA meeting. For your review, are there any corrections? The minutes stand approved as read.
Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. It's on the bottom of the agenda, like, you need to look at
Well,
that.
actually, I had it, but
Okay, all right, we're good. Okay, yeah, okay, I know her, so we're fine. Okay, staff reports.
Romans 6:43. We changed banks. We're now banking with Middleburg Bank, which is not a big newsworthy thing, but I'm meeting with I don't know what they're called, but two ladies from the bank about student banking here at Falls Bluff. So I think we'll start a banking program.
I've seen that before.
I'm looking at fifth graders maybe being the bankers, but I'm gonna let them tell me what's going on at other schools. I'm going to Ashburn Elementary to see how their program works. So I just wanted you to know that's out there and that's what I'm thinking.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I think they've had it where like they have the representative from the bank come in like once a week.
Yeah, that she does.
Yeah, and then they can with opening an account, because they're big on, they have.
But she says the kids do everything.
Yeah, oh, okay.
But they're
Because
there.
Tracy, your kids have an account there,
They
right?
do, it's a Fox savings account.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's no checking, it's just savings.
Yeah, it is savings.
Yes, Fox savings.
Are these real accounts or?
They're real accounts.
Yeah, it's real money.
Real money?
Yes.
Yeah, they're real accounts.
It's not a math.
No.
Okay, we have 4 student teachers this semester. They're all from JMU, and from the first day, they jumped right in, and I think we're gonna be very good. Mrs. Borden has one, Mrs. Turner, Mrs. Foster, and Miss Palmer, and they have them from January 11th to March 4th, and then they will move on to other teachers March 7th to May 4th, and they're moving to Mrs. Edick, Mrs. Travis, Miss Dixon, and Mrs. Scanlon. I love having student teachers, especially when they're good ones, because if I have a place to hire, they're right there. So, and I have hired student teachers, so, and these seem to be really, really good. So, you see people in the classrooms, that's who they are, and they belong. Talking about the after-school program, Ellen McDougall emailed me today. She's from the Audubon Naturalist Society, and she said she noticed she was late for the program, Unplug and Play, and she wants to know when the fall programs will be.
Patricia.
Yeah, I did get the email.
Yeah, she emailed me and I forwarded it to Tricia.
Oh, she sent it to you?
Yeah.
Because I did get it.
Yeah, I saw it come in, I was like, for
So
Tricia.
Tricia's on it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I got the email. Yep, so I'll respond to her. I just got it.
From Ellen?
Yes. Well,
Okay.
I got it. It was sent
Yeah,
to Christy,
to
and
the
then she
PTA
sent it to me.
Gmail, and I just forwarded it to
Okay.
Tricia.
Okay, I told her
I do
I'll
a
try
lot
to
of
remember, and you got it, so I didn't realize you had it, so.
Yeah, so we'll,
It sounds like a good program.
Yeah, so we'll put her on the list for this right here.
Okay, great, thank you. And then our AR Carnival, finally got in touch with the guy. Friday, June 10th will be the AR Carnival, and it's all day, but not for the kids all day, it's all day for us. And that's it.
You saw the letter.
just wanna interject. We're having COVID testing starting, the second grade letters went home today from February 1st to February 24th. We applied for SOL Academy to start March 2nd till May 5th, it'll be twice a week, Wednesdays and Thursdays, and then the SOL remediation as well.
When does that start?
Which one?
Sorry, I wasn't listening.
SOL Academy?
Yes.
It's projected to start March 2nd.
They're doing it a little bit
Yeah,
different,
they are.
because tier schools will get first
Yeah.
selection, tier twos then, and then tier one if there's any money left, which there won't be. So there's no guarantee that we will receive any money.
But that's a proposed,
So it starts March 2nd.
that's a proposed date.
Okay, because we end after-school program, that, no, it's like, it's at the week right before spring break.
16th, 17th?
16th and, yeah.
17th, I
So, and it's Tuesday, Thursday, you were saying for SOL?
Wednesday, Thursday.
Oh, okay, well, but still, because we hope the classes Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I guess parents will just make a decision if they want their child to.
And yours on the 17th?
Yeah.
So we just start 2 weeks before that. We'll make it work.
Okay,
We'll make it
all right,
work.
I just want to make it before you're, uprising. I heard you sent home the letters for the media thing, bring it,
Oh, yeah, bring it in.
BYOT?
Mhm.
Okay,
For 3, 4, and 5.
3, 4, and 5, okay.
Starting February 1st. Be interesting. My daughter's telling me things that's happening at her school, and I believe my team has things in place that it won't happen. Because we decided not to do recess, we're only doing it when teachers say for instruction. So we've kind of cut it back some, and I think it'll be, I think we'll be okay. We thought of everything, and things she's mentioning, I said, wow, this is what we're doing, so like, right. And
One up on your kid.
So I think we'll be okay. But any problems, we will catch them right at the beginning and get them stopped.
Are the teachers being clear that it's not required? Because my
Everybody
daughter told
knows
me
it's
she
not
was gonna get in
required.
trouble if she didn't bring back the form today. I said, that's not true.
No, that's-
Tell her that your mother knows about it.
Bring the form back anytime.
That's hysterical.
But yeah, she was told that she would get in trouble if she didn't bring it back by
No.
today. Well, that was what she interpreted it.
That was
as.
self-imposed, I think.
Okay.
She wanted to bring it back. No, they can bring it back anytime. I don't think there was a deadline in the letter.
I told her, I said, it's voluntary.
It is.
You may not get this back.
Yeah.
I was like, let her know your mom has it.
Alright, any questions? Yes.
I don't know if I should address this now or under after-school programs, but I did want to, and I didn't get the email sent today, but since you're here, Dr. Brown, I'll just ask you, if there's a way that we can send an email out or some communication to teachers, letting them know that if,
You need to send it.
yeah,
Like write up a little note.
just
and then-
write up the note, okay. Just something that, so that with after-school things, so that the teachers or the front offices are getting it, so that they're either mailing it or they're giving it to the specific teachers.
Oh, okay.
Who are, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just write it up and I'll send it out.
Perfect, okay, sounds good. So I'll do that.
Okay.
That hopefully tomorrow.
Yeah, and then that too, on that token, I think
Yeah.
we probably need to we were gonna set up a meeting anyway to try to avoid some of these problems from last year. We already have a volunteer list out there for people to be here, for parents to be
I
here.
saw that.
But if we possibly could do 320 to 420, and we had talked about that because in terms of some of the specials teachers and seeing if we were gonna get teacher cooperation with some of the grades, if the kids were to get to their classes, but that's just what we need to
The only
discuss.
thing is teachers are in contract to 3:15 and I can't
No.
say you have to stay with your children 5 minutes longer.
Well, no, because they would be dismissed at like 3:15.
Okay.
So it would be
That's
dismissed
fine.
it'd be dismissed at 3:15, classes would start at 3:20.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's
So
fine.
that was what maybe because we were gonna maybe meet with her and do that, just because we ran into some of the trouble with some of the specials teachers who have their classes, they are still outside. And then we run into them in the hall, so that was part of maybe our discussion, so maybe we can set up a meeting to do that.
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay,
Keep them in there as long as possible.
yeah, so, and then we can just send a note to the parents and it's an extra 5 minutes, I don't think it's gonna be, and to the instructors, I don't think it's gonna be the end of the world, okay. Okay, anything else? Well, we don't have any of our teacher reps here, once again. Oh, you're our teacher rep for PTA? Oh.
It's listed names, but anybody can do it, so they can text.
Oh, okay.
Not that she's just anybody.
No, she's not anybody. No, it's fabulous you've been
That's
here
right.
twice now. Because I've been dealing with some teacher grant things, so in terms of who I'm supposed to send information to, I had my three main people, but if you like to, you're on the Sunshine Committee, aren't you?
I most certainly am.
Yes. We don't wanna, pose anything upon you that isn't of extra. Oh, well, sorry. Would you have anything to say to our group?
I don't, but if you need anything, please let me know.
Anything?
How are the playways?
They are very popular.
Oh, good.
They're working well. We got the second shipment and I've begun to add them in. It's very good.
Good, I'm glad.
It's gotten a lot of books back that were overdue because we've kind of said, well, if you have something overdue, I'm not letting you have one of
That's
these
good.
really expensive devices. And then suddenly, they have
Found
found
us.
us.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right,
Now, is
that's
it
cool.
still third through sixth? Will it
In
be
fact,
first
I
and
even-
second this year, or probably?
Probably not. I even had a teacher come to me and express a little bit of displeasure that a student listened to a book and then took the AR quiz. And I was like, why is that a problem? I mean, they had to listen to the whole thing and then understand the questions and answer correctly.
Don't we do that
We
anyway?
do that when they're
They
read
can do
aloud
that,
to
yeah.
you, or it's no,
Yeah.
it's really no different than many other things.
Yeah, if the teacher reads to them, they can do it.
Yeah, is that whole
If they're taking
0.5
a book
points?
that's well above their reading level, and it means they're increasing their concentration and focus.
Well, and they
attention.
still have to be able to
Yeah.
understand to read those questions.
Yeah.
If they
Right.
do that on their own. So they do that on
Yeah.
their own, so
So,
it's not an issue, and I think that I soothed it over a little bit there. But they're really very entertaining. Because reading is interesting.
Yes. And we are working on, we did send, there was a nice big drawing that, I should have taken a picture of it, but that Mr. Russell did a nice big, we did a thank you note, and all the kids, yeah, the kids, I should have taken a picture.
Sign was in.
It was big.
It was wonderful.
It's big on orange paper, and he drew a picture of the school in the background, even the flag falling in, the tiger,
Yeah.
a tiger on it, and it was really cool. And then there was like so many kids signed it. We'll take you tonight.
What I'm gonna do though is for the parents who did donate, I can send emails to those parents to get permission to have those kids in a thank you video. So with the new playaways, so, and, so we'll work on that with getting emails and permission so that the kids, so we don't do anything we're not supposed to. Okay, anything else? Do you want those, by the way, do you want those snowflakes removed in the hallway?
I kinda like them, but
Okay.
it's good luck.
Okay,
If we don't have any snow by February, we'll pay.
okay, all right, well, let us know, because I keep seeing them and I'm like, oh, I'm sure I'll get it. Okay, so we're gonna move on to elected officer reports. All right, we're gonna start with Tracy.
Okay.
Thank you.
Take one, share. Done.
We'll share.
Has it been updated since the
Nope.
executive meeting?
Okay. Same.
No, it's okay, yeah, it's the same one.
Oh, man, they're going two different ways.
Not much
Oh,
more.
no, just one thing.
That's right, that's not much fun.
Anybody get one?
We have a double one. Not much.
I took yours.
Okay,
Oh.
so this treasure report is for 2 months because we didn't have a meeting in December. And so there's a lot going on here, as you can see. It was a big expense, the past 2 months were big expenses. So that's why our ending balance is a lot less than our starting balance. So we pay the rest of the Earth Dome, which I know we're gonna get a report on that soon. And we also purchased the playaways from the donations. The donations have come in previously, so that's not on here. And we also renewed the license for the Identikit, the badge out here. And we also had to pay the PTA membership dues. So there's some of the big ones that occurred. For the income, company contributions, just to note, Kohl's gave us a donation of $500, which was very generous of them. And Mathnasium gave a donation of $40 because one of our students from Balls Bluff had won their mathlon, trimathlon.
That's so cool.
Yes, for their grade. So, I don't know who it was. Yes, yes. So, they were the highlights. That's the highlight from the income part. So if anybody has any questions about anything, let me know.
Yeah, I do.
Yes,
The MICMEN,
yes.
between the income and the expense, did we lose money on that?
No, we actually made money, but not all of the income is shown in this,
Okay.
these 2 months. It was from previous months as well. So no,
Okay.
we did not lose money. Anything else? This is just a snapshot of those 2 months, so
Gotcha.
it's not
Okay.
YTD. Okay, so do we approve?
Well, yes, well, your little spiel here.
Oh,
so-
my little spiel, okay.
It's in italics.
Okay, no action is required to accept the adopt the treasurer's report. If there are no questions, no other questions, the report is filed for the end of year audit. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions for Tracy? Okay. Okay, few things. And I have an email I can send you on this, Christy, if I didn't do it yet. But there's the Virginia Super Teacher, which is done through the lottery, if you're familiar with this. But there have been, what they have is they have a contest. So between now and February 15th, you can nominate your child's super teacher at vasuperteacher.com. And out of the nominees, 8 Virginia educators will be selected in 2016 as super teachers, winning $2,000 from the Virginia Lottery and $2,000 in classroom supplies from the supply room companies. And vasuperteacher.com. So we can post something, we'll post something on the, I'll forward you the email, because that just came through the Virginia PTA. But I know that, and they have the listing from the past years of who's won it, and I know the Creighton's Corner, somebody might have won it over there. I know there have been, area teachers, but, you know,
Do we
2,000.
nominate them?
Yeah,
How much
so
is
nominate
that?
your child's teacher,
How much is that supply?
2,000. So it's 2,000, the teacher gets 2,000, and then the, classroom supply, they get 2,000.
So can only PTA members nominate or can anybody?
Not anybody. Yeah, we'll put it out, and so, because the Virginia, the lottery doesn't know.
Right,
Yeah,
I
right,
didn't think so,
yeah.
I just wanted to make
Yeah,
sure.
no,
since it
so you
came
can
from
nominate,
Virginia.
and maybe we'll have the Virginia Lottery coming this way.
6 of them,
Yeah.
or 8 will be
Yeah.
false.
Yes, out of the nominees, 8, yeah. And I don't know if they do by region or not, I can't say that for sure, but any rate, it'd be nice if we maybe had one. Okay, so the new, I have ordered new Staples tax exempt cards, so they're on the way. I'm getting 5 of them, since Tracy had trouble with Staples.
Thank you.
They are on the way, no problem. And I have told the front office, because it's gonna come in, but it's not addressed to the PTA, that it is ours, they're ours. So,
Glad you said something, I'm like, junk mail.
you get the mail,
Yeah, anything that doesn't have someone's name, it's getting.
you go out and open the mailbox?
You out there?
Yeah. Oh, no.
She's full of fresh air every
Yeah.
afternoon. She's gotta step out for a minute.
Well, past couple weeks you have been.
Hear how I,
Yeah.
How's your shoulder?
Hey.
you can raise your hand and smack Dory.
Yeah, right.
How hard is it
There
raising
video.
each other?
I just did that in front of me. Okay, so we still need.
Dory never seems to mind our video.
No, mind at all. Okay, so silent auction, Regina Solomon's gonna take over still do this with the silent auction. So I think what we're gonna do again is still send out the things to the teachers, and we're hoping that we get a better response. Now, last year was harder because with the snow days and all this, but still, 'cause I don't think we had any first grade teachers maybe put in for like extra recess or, you know, doing this silent auction thing that we've done. Is everybody familiar with this? Where, you know, at the
It's a good
talent
turnout for the
show, they
fourth grade.
put out, they what?
It was a good turnout for 4th grade.
Oh, for last year?
Yeah.
And so they, you know, then the people can bid and outbid people for recess or whatever else. they wanna do. So I'm hoping that that is gonna be a better turnout than we did for last year. So we are gonna definitely have that going. The Square One art fundraiser, we still don't have somebody, right? Okay, all right, we'll keep pushing on this to see, get somebody in there. Why somebody can't do that? Okay, PT board, we have 266 registered people on there. And that was because I kept sending out invitations to people. And I can see this is like Big Brother watching. I can see all the guests and people that have come on here. So then I sent out the invitations to them. And so I think a lot of these people have joined, which has been fine because then they have no excuse. Because there's a disconnect, this is my frustration of late, of the, between the students and the parents. And so I think, and this happened with the morning show, this happened with the talent show. And then I went on the morning show to get this, because sometimes the parents don't want to tell their students that there's a talent show because they may not want to have them join something else. So then, of course, I open my big mouth, and then we end up with like, yeah, no, never. So I think maybe we need to utilize the morning show a little bit more because with the PT board, parents are, and I won't say what this terminology is on there, but it's like, if we do it, if we don't do it, or if we do it. It's like with too many emails or people don't want too much paper. So which direction do we take this? But 266 people have voluntarily, I figured, signed up to receive emails from us. So that's my thing, that we didn't, get to their head and say, you have to sign up. But they're doing that, and that's how we're gonna do tickets for the talent show and do tickets for skate night, so we're continuing to utilize this, but we have 266 on there, so we're getting there. Any questions with that, with PT board, anything else? No? Any questions for me? Yeah? Okay, who's next? Trisha?
Okay, so I will first go to the fall assembly. I think it went really well. I know my kids really enjoyed it, and he was on time, set up, had the space. So I don't know if you got any feedback from teachers if it was a good.
I didn't hear, the teachers liked it. I had one parent complain that her child got very, very sick inside of it. It was very crowded, it was very hot, had to stay in for a long, long time, and that's not the way it went. So I explained to the parent how it was run.
Right.
That their child was not in a big crowd, like we filled the whole dome with everybody as
Right.
possible. So, but I didn't get a response or anything back.
Okay, because I actually, he kind of walked me through, what he was gonna do, and I went in the dome, and he said, it is sort of a weird feeling when you walk in there, but that's why he said, we don't keep kids in here very long.
It was
We
like
don't
15
really,
minutes.
yeah, it's like 10 minutes tops, I think, and he's like, I do most of the discussion outside, then we go in so everybody can kind of look, get the visual, and then they go out. So I can't imagine that. Yeah.
I'm sure it's a handful of people like your name, but go ahead.
All right, we had after school program registration night last night. It was so fun. And it actually, we had a really good turnout, I think. I mean, I've not run or been a part of running one of those before, but I've only come to register, but I thought everybody did really well. We had a good turnout. And so I think we're kind of starting to get, I'm still trying to stepping me through this, but I'm working on, I'm gonna get with Mr. Kashadi, get the spreadsheet, what kind of spreadsheet we need to send out to teachers so that everybody can read it and see it. We'll get the list of what children are going, what class to each teacher. And then, like I said, I'll send you that email to be sent out so that I don't want teachers having to, I don't want the front office being given money and registration forms and that type of thing, so.
What we ran into is people still don't read. And so, the front page of where it says directing to people as to how they're supposed to, where they're supposed to send it after last night.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, worst comes to worst.
she's nicer than I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not putting up with it.
I mean, if it does happen and whatever you have it, then we can just.
Well,
It
the
is what it
teachers
is.
aren't supposed to have money in their classrooms
That's
overnight.
right, that's right.
So
But the vendors, the people who are here, so Mr. Toff,
Yes,
Mr. Draw,
yeah.
all of them, that's
They'll be
in
fine.
essence their money anyway,
Mhm.
so they can take that, we'll just need the forms. So they can put the forms in
Okay.
my PTA box, but they're the only ones who should be taking any kind of money or
Okay.
any kind of registration
Well,
forms.
And if the parents, and if the teachers are getting something, so for say chess, it should be sent home back to the parent.
Right.
Yes, we will direct
Only
the
vendors who
teachers,
are here,
yes, we will direct, because that's what the directive is on the
yes.
front, and we can direct it because it's under the sharing center on PT board, all that information. And so any of those things can be sent right back to the parent. Because we have it written.
But we may have to have them lock the money in the front office if they're carrying it over from day to day, just so they don't have to come in.
Well, can't they just send it right back? So say said child gives it to you, you give it right back to the child.
Or that they're supposed to give it to the person,
Not
not
for
the
the-
secretaries.
No, 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 no.
Or
No.
am I thinking,
Yes.
I'm not listening. Back me up.
I'm running 16 miles tomorrow. It's okay. No, okay. So what's supposed to happen is this money is not even technically supposed to come into the building because the directive is that on the form, and we may have to just cut and paste that and reiterate that with Christy, putting that on an announcement and or on Facebook, that the directive is that they either hand it directly to the chair of the form and the money,
Right.
or they send it in the mail with a stamp. It's in bold, exactly how this was supposed to be done. Of course, we're not gonna have people follow that. And Mr. Myers, we know, and again, none of this money is written to him, it's all written to BBES PTA.
Who's doing it, Dr.
Yes. Why are you so concerned about the I will tell you if it changes. And so we will, so anyway, so the thing is that we now have more, which is great, more teachers in the building who are doing the programs. So say Mr. Myers says, oh, you can bring it in and give it to me. Okay, the handoff goes to him, but the thing is and we can list who these teachers are in the building, there's just 5 of them now. The handoff goes to them. If it is not any of those, then that money should be sent directly home with the child. With a nasty grant, they can, and it just goes back, and then if the parent wants to argue about it, then the
We
teacher can
started
send us.
getting them before registration even opened. It was
Well, no, I know that was, anyway, no, I know what it was. But that's the process, because again, we're avoiding the front office. That is our whole goal, is to avoid the front office, and that is our main concern.
Thank you.
No,
And
that's,
so-
but my whole goal through this whole thing is to avoid the front office.
And like
I know
George
the
said
drill.
earlier, we've got, something already out on volunteer spot. We'll push it again before it goes. I'll be here definitely the first week, every day, and then my kids decided it would be fun to do it 2 separate days, so I'll definitely be here like at least 2 days out of the week. So and then I'll just sort of fill in wherever.
Well, we got one.
Yeah, okay. So, we'll kind of cross that bridge when we come to it, and it gets a little closer. And then the other thing was, we have scheduled the art exhibit with Mr. Russell, and that is, I believe, it's the week before spring.
Was that in April? I thought we did it for April.
So it's a week after spring break.
Oh, it's March, okay.
Yeah, so it must be either the week before or the week after. I have the email, I'm sorry.
I think it was the last part of the month. Because the week after spring break, I think is April, isn't it?
Spring break's last week.
It's the 21st.
Third week of March?
Okay,
Yeah,
so.
another whole week of March we get back?
That's about, yeah.
You're not gonna hate it this year?
I'm not,
No. Yes, you are.
Yeah. Never mind. Peanut gallery.
Okay, oh yeah, here it is, so I'll just pull this just to make sure. Okay, so we are on, it's actually April, so it's after spring break, so it's April 24th through the 29th. Will be the art exhibit.
Yeah, it's a month, so this is the last week
Yeah.
of April.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Mr.
Sorry, it was
Russell's-
confusing because we went through a couple different weeks of dates, So
Mr. Russell's all
couldn't
up
remember
on
which-
it, we're all good.
Yep, so he's happy as well. I think that's it. Does anybody else have any questions?
All right, Laura?
This will be quick. Cause networks, there's no newsworthy news there. We had an uptick, but not enough for it to feel like some press release, so.
It's free money.
It's free money.
Yeah.
And it's easy. And Playways, we close that out. Yes, nice Playways. The next thing, that is coming up is the fun run. And it's a school-wide fun run, and it's done by this independent company, third party, and they come in and they do the thing for 2 weeks, and then it ends with a fun run. And the whole thing is like a run-a-thon. Your kids will get donations, per lap donations, one-time fee donations, and it's a whole, there's a lot of details to it. We're meeting with the coordinator on February 3rd, and that'll be the first of a few pre-meetings until they come on site. And that will be April 25th through May 6th. And we're looking forward to it. A lot of schools in the area have been very successful raising money this way. It's something that we can involve every child. It's not a race where you have to buy a t-shirt to participate. You don't have to buy anything. They give every single child in the school a t-shirt. Every single child has the opportunity to participate, and
It's
it'll be
during the
fun.
day.
It's during the day, so.
During the school day?
Mhm.
So what do they do for the 2 weeks?
They come in,
Leading
I
up
mean,
to it, like,
honestly,
when do they
there's,
come in?
it's a non-disruptive
Yeah.
program where they come into classrooms. If they come into classes, it's like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes here. It's very, getting everybody, excited about it. And it's just something it's good for building, school building. Everybody's in this together, everybody's having fun. Community building, parents, family, everyone gets in on the action, hopefully everyone supports the kid. So this is our first time trying to do something like this, and we're hoping that, we picked a good vendor. He seems to have a good track record with other schools in Virginia. So
What
we'll
does
keep
it
you
cost?
posted. Pardon me?
What does it cost?
Oh, parents, it doesn't cost anything.
No, the next
The
day, I
PTA?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's a $1,500 setup fee.
And then it's, we hope we make money on it.
60-40
The guy said he's
split.
gonna quit it.
60-40
Yeah.
split, but and the more money that comes in the split gets small, bigger for us, smaller for them. But I have information about,
And where does the money?
What's the name of it? Go.
it's called Apex, APEX Fun Run.
So we have to bring in over 1,500 to break
I hope.
even. Okay.
Hope.
And
Well,
that's all in
that's our
donations.
thing here, is that
Okay.
how this guy has done it, and that's why we were hoping with going with this company, because we met him at the Virginia PTA meeting in July, is that understanding that, yes, we could possibly do this ourselves, but we don't seem to have this great track record. I don't know if they're parents, so I don't, so maybe this company will help us, because this guy's brought in like $15,000, $20,000,
Yeah,
with these companies, with doing this, because the pledge, it's all done, again, the kids will all get the stuff sent home, and then it's the pledges, so it's pledges, so they could pledge a quarter, a lap, or it's 2.3 miles, is it 2.3 miles?
Yeah.
And then if
It's like the top amount, the cap on the laps is 36 laps.
Okay.
So,
And they set it all
and they
up.
have a lot of things that are built into the system where people aren't gonna be mad that they thought they were donating $30, flat fee, but really they put in the system $30 a lap. So they flag those things, and they'll call the parent or the grandparent or friend and say, did you mean to pledge $30 a lap? And they're usually like, no. So, there's a lot of, we clean it up. They clean up the numbers before it's actually released. That way we don't have this inflated number, because people are putting things in the system. And it's all automated. So you get email addresses, it goes out there, they can go in online, they can do it
okay.
all online.
Okay.
And so it's very trackable, auditable,
Yeah.
so, yeah.
Cool.
But they've done schools, like Title I schools down in Southern Virginia where they've made like $15,000-$20,000. That's what the school netted. That's not what the whole thing, that's what they netted, like $15,000 to $20,000.
And we haven't done a readathon. People seem to be other schools around here seem to be very popular with readathons, where all the kids are involved.
Sultan's Landing,
Yeah.
they raised $40,000 for the fun run in the fall.
They're rich.
I mean, but if we can do 15 or 20,
Yeah, even if we do a
10,000,
portion of that, yeah.
I mean, that's a nice return
More
on
than what-
investment.
I hope.
3,000?
You know, because-
He said that if we got 3,000, he would say, I'm never going back.
Yeah. I don't know, I'm obviously
optimistic.
excited about doing it.
I'm optimistic, I'm always optimistic, always.
Is this one of those, when they send it out automatic, it'll give the child's name?
Oh, everything, there's confidential, it doesn't give their.
They get
first-
numbers or
They
something?
get numbers, it's not gonna give your child's first and last name, it'll have a number assigned to it. I'll get more details at the first
personalized, is
meeting,
that what you're-
and then I'll.
Yeah, my nephew at Broad Run did something they were making for a trying to earn new equipment, and it came out as, "Dear Aunt Heather, Matthew is requesting your donation for the basketball-a-thon," and so I sent him, turn it in,
Yeah,
whatever.
I'm not sure, I'll
And you
ask
could
them.
post your thing or not
Yes.
post it,
Oh,
and
you
I was like,
can post your
but
link on,
Matthew
like,
didn't even know
Facebook.
that it had gone out.
Yeah.
They just had to give 10 email addresses, and then the company sent them out automatically, and they wrote it like it was coming from the kid. And Reed did one like that for reading last year, and obviously my first grader nephew didn't have any clue what was going on.
Yeah.
But so it worked. I mean, they both made a lot of money, but it was definitely coming from the
They
kid.
get like a lanyard or something, isn't there, they get like an ID card, or there's something they,
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a lot of steps, but we're gonna meet with them on February 3rd, so we'll have more details. But
More on
they're gonna be on site, it's not like something where you just throw out an email and then that's it. It's gonna be something where they're on site, they're gonna be here 15 minutes before school starts, 15 minutes after school starts, out in the front,
The whole
shaking
day,
hands, remembering children's names. They like to personalize it so that they feel like every child that they see, they try to remember their name, that they're important and they're part of this big movement towards, building things for their school. Leadership type things, and they build in messages like anti-bully, who's a superstar in the class, what do you admire most about, a specific child in the class, and it just goes on so that everybody feels like it's something that not only we're running, but we're also building character.
each class is a team, like they
Yeah.
make it, and they have
And
pledges.
teachers are involved too.
Yes. We're crossing our fingers on this, yes, with all
Whether
the
they
teachers.
like it or they
And
don't.
the board here is, and anyone is welcome to join us. The board is going to run the
Gonna run the
entire
whole
time.
day.
We'll be out there the entire time with all the classes, it'll be just sort of a
We
half
may be
hour.
crawling at
Yeah, I
some
was
point.
gonna say,
Yeah.
Well, might be
This is
a
true.
little much.
Stretching
it.
We'll be out there. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
I'll bring a scooter, how's that?
There's a hoverboard, I can just see you. Okay, so that's very exciting, so we are looking forward to that.
I remember
Um,
doing that when I was growing up. We used to- Things like that, we would raise money, it'd be like 10 cents.
Yeah. I hope this works.
Yeah, I think it'd be great. It's a great
I think
idea.
it's a great idea, I
You
just
met
am
the guy,
very
he's so
concerned with it.
charismatic, you're like, oh,
Yes.
Cool.
Good at what he does.
So
Um,
you're saying you're a sucker?
no.
No, you're not a sucker. You're trying to figure out how to.
I was trying to break it.
Yeah. Okay, anything else for Flora? Good. Okay, Christy.
I've tried to increase some communication and awareness on PT Board and especially Facebook. There was the article that was on Huffington Post, and I tried multiple times in multiple different ways to socialize that, hoping to get some conversation started or more people here or asking questions about what the PTA is or who's in it or what they do. So I've also increased the Facebook reminders. So you guys will have to tell me here, because I'm not going to ask the larger group. I'm scared to know whether that's helpful or whether that's annoying.
The reminders?
Yeah. So I
like the reminders.
I mean,
Well, on
this week.
Facebook, because you're not on
Yeah.
Facebook.
Oh, no,
No.
email reminders.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you.
Any reminders?
Anything that's reminding me to do something, I like.
The only thing on the Facebook is double check because it goes twice. We talked about this yesterday and I saw it again today. You're not getting it twice?
No, I
Okay.
logged in as Balls Bluff and
No, log in as yourself.
I did, and
And
I.
it still didn't get, you
Yeah,
still didn't
it
see
only
twice
showed
on your
once.
feed? Okay,
Yeah,
all right,
so
so
I was
twice
like,
then.
I don't know what Jory's on. but
Ah,
okay.
double.
She texted me one day, like, I had the one, I think it was yesterday, and it said, and I had the image that said, don't forget, but the text said reminders, and I had a little dash, and it said that the talent show performance reviews were from 3:30 to 5, and then the after-school program registration was from 6:30 to 9. And so I had both of those listed. And so she texts me like in the middle of the day, and she's like, "What am I not supposed to forget?" And I'm like, "What?"
I got it twice.
And so then she texts me again, and she's like, "I saw the Facebook post, but it doesn't tell me what not to forget." And so I'm panicking, right? So I'm like looking, and I'm like, she just didn't look at the text. She just looked at the image, right? And so then she said it posted twice, and I'm like, I only see it once. Did you see it twice? Okay, so I only got it once,
Alright,
and I was like, okay.
We'll chit
So,
chat, alright.
so, but yeah, so I've started doing more. I'm logging them on Monday, and I'm scheduling them through the week. So there's almost some message every day. I don't know if people are gonna get annoyed with that or not, but.
Well, I got the message that said that there was a correction for Mr. Meyer's class. It was not on Tuesdays and Thursdays. It was
Yep,
just on
I
Tuesdays.
did that one.
I was hoping that people would see that, cause.
I did that one, yeah, I did that one day, and I did the reminder about yesterday.
'Cause he
I did a
asked me.
reminder today that there was a PTA meeting tonight,
I got
and it
that.
had a little image with a knot tied around the finger, like, remember, tonight's on PTA. So I'm trying to increase those, let me know if it gets to the point that it's annoying. We're also working on a poster which I wanna know where you want that and when you want
Yeah,
that
we'll talk about
put. But if anybody has, this poster's gonna be what we do for our families in our school. So we have a list that we're doing. If there's specific things that you think that we might overlook, please email me. If
Things
there's-
that the PTA is.
Yeah, yes,
Okay.
that the
There was a
PTA.
flyer like you did, Heather. There was a flyer like you put together a couple years ago.
Yeah, that listed everything you've done the first half of the year.
But I actually just went on just now and added like 6 things.
Well, no, that's fine, and we can
So-
look at it per the budget, but it was, we'll talk about it.
Cause I don't have any numbers, but the
No, it's
talent
alright.
show wasn't on there and all sorts of
No,
stuff.
it's
on
alright,
there,
well, there's different things with that.
So yeah,
So
so.
that's an income too, so we'll talk about it.
So let me know if there's anything that people forget that the PTA does that we should socialize, so. And that's pretty much it, let me know if there's anything. I've got a post about talent show tickets, that's gonna be, I'm gonna post that, and then, I've gotta determine when we start posting about skate night, cause I saw that on the outside,
Yeah,
so.
we'll talk about
Yep.
that, cause I'm gonna get to that here.
Those are just some upcoming
Yeah,
posts.
no,
and
yeah.
traffic.
But after that, we're kinda, not much else after that, cause then it's more or less the fun run, so.
And then if I get with you on, I need to put a registration end date out,
Okay,
reminder. I think we said, like January 29th.
Well, we can talk about it, I put it in your note, in the letter I wrote last night.
Yeah. So
Well, we can
I'll
figure
get
that
you, we don't have
out.
to put it out right now,
Yeah.
but as it starts to get close, I'll give you the exact date, and maybe sort of a couple reminders as it's getting closer, like getting ready to be closed and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Since we're back on after-school programs, I just thought of a question that I wanted to ask, and maybe we can put it in with the communications. Mr. Russell's piece of paper for art class.
Yes, I know, it has the wrong week.
Right, so he's got 7 sessions on there. It's starting the week before. Now, they kept telling me, no, it's because he's going late. Well, he's got the extra late session, but he put his start date as February 3rd.
I know.
So,
I heard, I saw
Alright,
that,
let's
so
just, we'll
we
just,
need to.
okay,
We
just
need
get with
to
Mr.
clarify
Russell, and
that
he can get
online.
in touch with his piece.
Maybe.
That's what he said he was
That's
gonna
true.
do, because
Okay.
there was an
Okay.
email from, one of the other parents to
Okay.
Mr. Russell, and I was copied on it, and he
Got
said,
it.
no, I made a mistake, it should be this.
okay.
So I think he is gonna send it
Okay.
out to everybody,
Got
but
it.
I will touch base with him to make sure that that message gets sent out, so.
That's fine. Okay, yeah, no, I'm trying not to post on Facebook, Christie. I'm just posting on Potomac River Runnings. I got 16,000 people that'll listen to me there, so.
Have you checked how many views these PTA meetings have gotten? You know how it says on the
Yeah,
how many views,
yeah.
like, what, 3, 4?
Yeah, it's,
Hey, we're putting it out there. I mean, we're just covering ourselves and we're moving on. All right. Okay, anything else for our elected officer reports? Okay. Membership, we're moving on, because membership, not very happy with that. Okay, after school program, we already hit that up. Did anything else thought of for Tricia? No, okay, we're moving on. Spirit Nights, Elise.
We have a check from Mo's. Yay! $235. So it was a good one. So thank you, everyone. It was a very busy night, and I was a little worried about the flyers. But there was some
But Gio
passing
actually
around.
knows.
Yeah.
You know who used one?
So I did.
Jory!
Yeah.
Oh, that cute. She gave me.
Isn't that great?
So do you guys
hilarious.
remember I said, well, I could print them off and I could put them over at Joseph Banks and tell anybody that if they forgot them, they could go to Joseph. And I went to Joseph Banks and I talked to the manager and he was willing to hand them out, but he didn't want me to put them on a door because they weren't supposed to have stuff on the outside of the door in the building. But he was kind enough to hold them for me. And so I put it on the Facebook post if anybody forgets. And Mrs. Gelb. It was hysterical. I felt so,
Yeah.
I was just like, okay.
You're trying to get Shiloh to go get it for you.
I did. I was like,
Shiloh wouldn't go in and get it for that.
Oh, that is so funny. That's very funny.
it was
Yeah.
great.
Well, I read your
It made it
Facebook
all worth
post.
it. I don't know if anybody else, I should have gone back and retrieved the remainder and counted
how
to
many.
see, yeah,
Yeah.
and I didn't, you know, I was too caught up in the moment,
So yeah, so we had a terrific turnout, even with flyers, because I know that those are the more difficult ones, but more and more places are requiring them, so they can attribute just our sales to our school. Moe's actually used to be 10% of everything that got sold that night, and they switched to the flyer system, which of course we hate, but you know, it is what it is. We are going to be having ones at Noodles and Company, Moe's, and probably Payway.
Oh, Moe's again, or Manhattan?
Oh, I'm sorry, not Moe's, Manhattan.
Okay.
I apologize,
No,
Manhattan.
it's okay.
Manhattan, Noodles and Company, and probably Payway. Because they've all done very, very well.
Okay.
But I don't have dates for official yet.
Can we not do Chipotle? Because I thought they had a really good program. Have you looked at it?
I will, but I don't know if anybody else has an issue. My kids won't eat Chipotle.
Oh, really?
They don't eat Chipotle. They don't like their kids' meals. They won't eat it. So
Like-
I don't, and my
Yeah,
kids
but
are
I
pretty
think
good.
a lot of parents eat it, so you might not get it.
Well,
from
here's
the
a
kids.
couple things, is I mean, we can do that, I'm not gonna discourage, but they wouldn't donate they wouldn't be on the card for the Watchdog ad thing. So I mean, I'm just looking at a few of these things in terms of who supports us. I know they have a big thing on Sundays, but you're not gonna get a number of the Mormon families, sorry, yes, right, Cheryl? Going out to the restaurants on Sundays, they have like 50%, they'll give back to the, and so they have a thing on Sundays where they do it. Now, I don't know if they do anything else the rest of the week, but I do know on Sundays has been their big day, but we're gonna miss a big contingent of our families if that, so that's just
I
something
had
to
just
keep in mind.
heard that they donated, the proceeds, they donated quite a bit to
Okay.
the school. So
50%.
I will
that's the
check
only
in with
reason
them.
I was, but I never really even thought about it because there wasn't one here. It was in Sterling and
Yeah.
not everybody's gonna rent in Sterling. So,
I'll
but I
talk to
don't
them.
know, maybe just
Yeah.
see. It might, might not be.
I will talk to them. Yeah, actually, I mean, Jory has been great about passing along things that come into the PTA. And I mean, there's hundreds of places that we could go.
Yeah,
There are hundreds that have programs. It's amazing.
yeah.
And I usually try to stick to stuff that's really close,
Yeah.
number one. Because there are some of the sports plexes and things down in Sterling
Yes.
that do stuff too, which is activities, doing something a little bit different. But I try to keep it close to home, number one, which Chipotle is.
Yeah.
We've liked better doing places without flyers. But like I said, more and more are going to flyers. And I'm looking at past successes, where people tended to show up. And there are differing percentages between 10 and 20%. I don't think we've got anybody anymore that does 25, but, so those are kind of the things that I've looked at in the past, but.
Oh, no, it was
So.
just a thought
I'll
because I
talk to
heard
my
in
head
the
and heard about
past
the Sunday
somebody
thing.
said that, so,
Yeah.
if they do a good percentage, it would be.
Yep.
At least to try it, even
Yep.
if it's not this year, we can try it next year.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, anything else for release? I'm glad we're just doing it consistently again, so
Mhm.
it's nice to have that.
Yep.
So, yeah, because they were talking about at Smarts Mill at their PTA meeting, and they have not done it, they've only done it once, and they haven't done it consistently, and they know they're losing money in that area.
What, Spirit Nights?
Yeah,
Oh. yeah.
so
Oh.
I appreciate you doing it.
I
'cause-
thought
So-
of one more thing, I don't know if even toward the summer, when it starts getting warmer, but Hershey's
Yeah.
over in Exeter, they.
You are their biggest fan, I
No,
tell you
that
what.
is true. No, they do so much. No,
I know, they're very nice.
really
You are
nice
They are
people.
nice.
They are.
And
Yeah.
they do a thing where if you bring your report card in, you get a free
Mhm.
scoop of
Yes.
ice cream, and they do all the Leesburg schools.
Yep.
So I think they would definitely be somebody, you know, just something
Actually,
fun.
I like that idea. You know, last year I tried to do Sweet Frog. The
Yes.
night before the last day of school
Yes.
Yeah.
is when I scheduled it, and then they had the power outage.
Oh,
So, in that shopping center, so it got canceled, like,
But they have it.
and they didn't even notify me. But I found out by going there with my children.
What's
But,
that?
We did it in Hershey's with the preschool and we only made $60.
Really?
Cause I can't remember how much they gave back, but,
How big is it though? Because I honestly, that was someplace that I thought,
well, she had told us that we were gonna get, no matter who came in, they didn't have to say we were gonna get whatever.
okay.
And
But it might have been a slow night, and you know, I don't know, maybe if we,
Right, because I
I
mean,
don't know, I
we
just
bring in a
think
pretty
it's
good amount of money. But yes, I mean, even last year, I was like, well, a fun last
Yeah, right.
end of the year spirit night would be
yeah.
going out for ice cream or
I
frozen
mean, we
yogurt.
could at
But,
least try it or
but now
something.
that
even if
Hershey's
it
is
doesn't
there,
Yeah,
taste
Hershey's.
and
Yeah,
it is,
look
it's
into that.
it's nice and close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
about Rita's?
Oh, I love Rita's too.
You know, the only
And
problem
Rita's
with-
actually does have a program.
do they?
Yeah,
The only problem with the village of Leesburg is so hard to get parked.
Yeah.
So many
Yeah.
people, like, I think it's a deterrent for people to like
Yeah.
go and
All
try.
those garages though, on the outskirts.
I know, but
I don't
people
like
want to
garages.
just like run in
Yeah.
and grab
I
something.
like
walk
the
around.
Hershey's. I mean, and they're close, and they
I
did
don't mind.
support with us with that. I don't know. I mean, we could possibly, because I mean, I did hear the Sweet Frog didn't pay. I don't know if it might have been Smart's Mill last year or so. There was something with Sweet Frog where they didn't end up paying. But not that that's. I'm just Debbie Downer today. But it's you know, but you can but. Yes, we had tried that, and I thought that was a great idea.
yeah. So yeah, I'll have to look. There are a couple of Leesburg schools actually that book Sweet Frogs a year in advance
Oh, wow.
for like the last night of school. So we might actually have better luck at
The last night of school.
at
yeah,
Hershey
at Hershey's.
because it's closer.
Well,
to-
and I don't know if you're interested too, but there's that Pizzarella right there. And maybe we could do like a combo thing. Oh, you don't.
They are not help.
They're not. Okay.
They are not good.
Okay. So never mind. I was just thinking like
Okay.
you could do like a combo, like have dinner and then go get ice cream.
But they're not easy.
They're not. Okay.
They're not
But
good.
maybe just the ice cream thing would be fun.
Yeah.
It'd be fun.
Yeah.
I'll look into it.
Yeah, sorry,
See-
but they're
See
not.
about
Oh, I didn't
celebrating
know. I
that
don't
last
know
weekend.
anything about them as far as
Yeah.
that. So I only know they eat the ice cream.
Yeah. But no, they were difficult with that too.
Oh, okay.
I keep bringing the ideas.
Every time I'll just get
I
shot down.
Hey Hershey, I'm
I
all
like
for your
it.
Hershey
George,
thing.
I liked it.
I'm all for your Hershey thing.
I feel like
Yeah.
asking my kids, what do you want for dinner? How about this? No. How about this? No.
Like I told Smarts yesterday, they wouldn't do Five Below. No, you're not doing Five Below.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else for Elise?
Thank you.
Okay, talent show. Okay, so Christy's not here, but yesterday was the reviews. I think we had over 50 kids involved, which is great. That's not 50 acts, because you do have, some of the acts have like 6 kids in it, but that's fine. I mean, she went from 30 starting until 5:45, 5:30, 5:45.
Yeah, but-
So, it's kind of nice, because Hope Kircher is in it, is playing the guitar for her sister, that her sister's gonna sing, so it's kind of fun.
She's an alumni of Falls
Yeah, an alumni of Falls Well. So they're very different. You have Siyu Chen playing a Chinese instrument. No, she's playing
They said
a
it was
Chinese
beautiful.
instrument. This thing is like a song. It's like a guitar. So there's some very, very cool, very different. I like the fact that there are actually 5 for Mrs. Foster's class, at least 5, the second graders. So the second graders now can participate, so they are now the new people that are in it. So, and there are a lot of the new blood in there. So, yeah, Reese is gonna be in it. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, Miss Ellison has a girl in there. She should be on America's Got Talent.
Oh,
Sing in
really?
that. She can sing in that class. But
Who's that?
there's so anyway, so that seemed to go off fine, and Christy and Jules Johnson are doing it, and Rob Spiewak, and none of them have kids here, but they're still looking to keep that pushing through. So I am leaving it in their hands and letting them do as they need to, and we are starting the week after with after-school program after talent shows, so we don't have any conflict there, so everyone has their space. So.
And that's probably where Mr. Russell got confused, because you normally do start the first.
It'll be- What we have to talk about.
No.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So, any rate, so talent show. Any questions with the talent show? and we've got the concessions going on, we've got all that, so we're going forward. Skate night, got a little bit of a glitch because I got the email today that the guy TJ over at the Ice House had never confirmed us. So but then Angel asked me for the paper trail, and I had all the emails, so I sent them to her showing where this was, so I'm leaving that with her, and we will hopefully have skate night. If not, we don't have skate night. Not that concerned. Okay, Cheryl is here with doing our nomination. She's our nominations committee chair.
Which I have no idea what to do.
Yeah, okay. All right, so here you go. This is, and we'll go over this. This is the email. So this means this is for the board for next year. She needs 2 other people on her little committee, just to kind of either basically keeping track of the paperwork, depending on, we're all 1-year terms with a 2nd-year option. So depending on who wants to come back. or finding new people, you know, to come in. So, and we're gonna send home this flyer. Will be eligible for, you know, obviously any of the parents, staff can turn that in, and then Cheryl will oversee that. And then come May, that we will have the election. So there's a date on there, yes?
I was just saying, maybe if our ideas were taken away.
Maybe you might come back. Maybe you might come back. So I think it's 30 days before, April 1st, I think is.
April 1st, yeah, meeting on the 12th.
Yeah, okay. So that sheet of paper will be due, and then I think on the backside, we're gonna have our little 5 points from the Huffington Post. I'll write up a little bit.
Okay.
To put on there about with volunteering and why
What
it's
it is.
the fine thing to do. So,
We can bug people at after-school programs.
yes.
Because if we do it again in the spring, which I hope we will,
Yeah.
then
Oh.
that's how I got accosted.
Yes, you did.
I volunteered to sit in the hallway, and next thing I knew, I was on the board. It happens like that, you just don't know.
Jory drives up and down the neighborhood.
She drove to my house.
All you have to do is make a comment like, yeah, I think it might be.
I'm like, how can
Good.
you say no? She's like,
Yeah.
maybe get in her car. And
Right.
threaten I couldn't get out.
He's like that Aston swim team.
No, that's all right. You sign a piece of paper, then you're on.
Yeah.
So anyway, so Cheryl is gonna be overseeing this for us, and, you know, staff is welcome to be on the PTA board. So I know over at, like, Frederick Douglass, I think their president was one of the teachers,
Oh, no way, see, I didn't realize they could do that. I didn't even
Parent
do that.
Teacher Association.
Well, yeah, but I just had never. All right, I just.
You're on.
I never thought about it. She's on fire today. I've never heard of
Actually,
teachers being on it.
Yeah, no, because anybody with being a member, any with people being,
Do their show.
She
I
needs
was
to go
on my
back.
son's board.
Where
I
is
was
it?
a teacher.
Because then they
Well,
get to
it's
do
smart.
this.
That was years ago.
yeah,
Yeah, no, I think that's great.
Yeah.
It'd be great if we could.
that would be great.
It's not cool.
Okay, so Cheryl we'll just
Yeah,
chit chat
thick
and we'll go
skin,
forward with
though.
that, but then
Obviously.
maybe scrounge up 2 other people that's name only, you know?
Yeah.
Elise was on there, I kinda crossed your name off, but.
And Tina. We'll just leave it. It's
It was
good.
just updated. Okay, any new business, anything, anybody?
Grow
Get ousted?
thicker
All right.
skin.
Yeah. Anybody? Okay, we're good. All right, so we got the upcoming stuff. There's a talent show workshop rehearsal, the end of the month, and then ice skating at this point is on the Saturday, from 6:10 to 7:10. Tuesday and Wednesday, the 2nd and 3rd are the dress rehearsals for the talent show, and then the talent show being on that Friday. And the week of the 7th is when after school programs begins, and then our next PTA meeting is February 11th. Anything else? We're good, we're adjourned. Right now. Thank you. Make sure you sign in too, if you haven't signed in on that sheet.
Actually, I think we are gonna go to, we're gonna go to Sakura for dinner.
Okay.
Sakura,
Okay.
Oh,
Bye-bye.
yes.
Thank you.
hibachi.
Yeah.
Jewelry.
Yes.
Because that's where Lauren wanted to do her birthday, but we
Right.
couldn't do
Go
her
get me
birthday party.
something. She told me to knit her hat.
We did to go
I'm working on it.
I mean, we did pizza real quick before. we
So
went.
cute.
And Mike and I were going to go to Mountain House to get the lunch, but, oh, lo and behold,
I know,
it did
I
not
knew-
open
I got your
at lunch.
Facebook
No,
I
only
was like,
did.
oh. Yeah, so I got a gift certificate for my sister, so we will be going to Mountain House, but it'll have to be a date,
I was like,
like an evening date.
at the table.
So, yeah, that is not bad.
Anna said that
She She is. I told your husband today, I was like, she's not even like, this is fun. Because the babysitter that we had lined up.
I'm just trying to save time here.
Wow.
You know, we don't need to waste time by going talking to these people.
I was
Oh,
like,
yeah, I can-
here,
I can
I
share,
got
okay?
some
It's all
soup.
right.
Yeah, so it's Lydia Casper. She was